Paris, chérie, mon beau Paris, c'est toujours toi que j'aime.
Hello there, and welcome back to Paris. And here we are on the map, and I'm going to try and zoom in to where my latest photograph was taken. Here we go. See if you can work out where I'm going. There's the islands. And what I'm doing this time is going to an area which I do have a tour in. I've got about 10 tours, photo tours, but some are more popular than others, not because the less popular ones are not as good, but because people often don't have that much time. They come to Paris and they want to do the classics like Montmartre and the Latin Quarter. But I love it when someone asks me to do one of my the tours which aren't the first choice of people who are coming to Paris for the first time. This was the case today when I did a tour with Teresa, who's actually a repeat client of mine, so absolutely delighted to see her again. And we went to the Marais. Now, the Marais, what is it exactly? Well, funnily enough, although even on my Montmartre tour I still find things every single time which I'm delighted to photograph and I've never photographed before, this one has more potential for that because I've done it less often. So I start off at the Saint-Paul metro. You see, it's just down the road from the Hôtel de Ville here, and delve in there and have a walk around and see. And it's really a great area. There are some really fantastic things to photograph. I'm going to take you down to where this photograph was taken without any further ado, and show you the street. Okay, there we are. Right, should take me down to street level, and I'll show you exactly where I took this photograph. Oh, we're a bit further down the road than I wanted to be, actually. We have to head up here. Let's try and do that. Okay, we should see the metro in the middle of the boulevard there, with carousel, merry-go-round. There it is. That's where I started the tour. There's the Saint-Paul metro station, and I was walking. Well, we were walking along, and just here in front of one of these doors was this guy. Oh, hold on. No, that's not a guy, is it? That's a roof. I was taking photographs of the roof and graffiti, and then I looked down and saw this little chap here. What's he doing? You might be asking yourself. Well, there he is. He seems to have something in his mouth and some sort of bag full of stuff and a thing to sit on. There's someone going past, and then he started up, and there he is, playing his little recorder. And I thought, that's nice. There's another shot of him. Sorry, this is a bit jerky. There's another shot of him, and there I started to get the idea that this could be an interesting subject. Then check out the next picture and see what started happening. He starts getting all animated and playing for the camera because he saw us taking photographs, or he saw me at least, and it was quite funny, really, because look, there he is. He's almost dancing for the camera, and then he really did start to go a bit crazy. Look, there he is. There's he's doing a little bit of a dance there. That's a good one. So I had to choose between this one and another couple. There's one. Look at him there. He's sideways, sorry, but so there was that one, and then there was this one where he's got an amazing expression on his face. He was really acting for the camera, and and let's be not be naive about it. Judging by the way he's dressed and the fact that he's got his little bag here, I wouldn't be surprised if he's homeless, or at least I'm hesitating here. I didn't want to say slightly eccentric or anything, but the way he was dancing away, he's an old guy, or at least he looks it. He must be about 60 or something, spending his life playing his recorder on the streets of Paris, dancing for tourists. There's many ways to approach that subject. I could go with the fun and that, or I could go for more of an ironic or sad take on it. In the end, I just absolutely loved what he was doing there, and went for this photograph here. There he is. Can't fit it all in. So there you get an idea of what it's about there. Now, what can I say about this photograph? Well, I needed to get a nice composition. This was really done on the spur of the moment. It's not the sort of photograph you can plan at all. Therefore, you have to be, well, walking around with your finger on the trigger, as I say. I walk around literally with my camera, with my finger on the shutter release button of my camera most of the time, and my other hand on the zoom. I use a zoom which isn't as big as the zoom that I've used in the past. I've had a wider range, but that's just the way it happened with the latest camera that I got. I happened to get a zoom which is 24 to 120, and that's in the old traditional full frame days style. And it's not as zoomy as I'd like, but having said that, with a good res, good resolution of pixels, I've got about 12 megapixels, I think. I certainly don't need any more than that for most of my purposes. I could go on a rant and a rave about people selling cameras, manufacturers selling cameras on pixels, which are totally unnecessary. But I won't. Or I just have. So what did I do with this guy? Let me just go back to the original again. Yeah, there he is. Look, there's quite a lot of space around him. Maybe because I couldn't zoom in any more than that. It was spur of the moment. Listen, guys, just shoot the shot. I got about 3 which are usable. That one, and to be honest, the rest, they don't have that character. Look, there he's. Oh, there he's got his foot out, and there he's dancing, and there he's got a beatific smile, and all 3 of those are good. I didn't go with this one because I loved the movement in this one. However, he's not got the recorder in his mouth, but it doesn't really matter. And also, I thought the potential for cropping nicely was much better with this one than with the first of the usable ones. See, that is superb, and yet, to be honest, when he's got his recorder in his mouth, you can't quite see his amazing expression. So I went for, and also if you look at the angle there, it would be much more difficult to crop that so that it doesn't look silly. People, I do love angles in my photographs, but to be honest, people at 45 degrees angles to the horizontal, whichever way you do the photograph, don't quite cut it. So this one, the angle was slightly less severe. There you go, you see, and the result is this. Also, just look at the angle fits well, because look, his head's up top left, he comes down the middle of the picture very nicely down to bottom right, and I just love everything about this photograph, everything. I played around with it, of course, with the colours, as you can see. Let's just once more look at the original. The colours are there, but it's pretty muted, Reality isn't always as nice as what I'd like it to be, so I played around with the colours there. I'm not going to tell you exactly how, because that's the fun of you being a photographer, isn't it? Playing around with some of those settings afterwards, based on whatever your photographic goal is. Mine is to produce something halfway between photographic reality and some sort of painting. So there it is. I love the way the colours has come out. And if you do play around with texture and stuff, look what happens to this pretty boring wall. The texture of the paint gets dragged out and almost hits you in the face. And also the colours have gone a bit weird, so they're kind of blotchy. They weren't like that in the original. Let's just once more look at the original. Look at those colours there. I mean, where did they come from, those colours? Look at that. That bit there is that. So there's a bit of fun to play around with. I've obviously zoomed in as well. So that's my little guy. Thanks to him. Oh, just one more thing. I gave him €1. He was being nice. He wasn't asking for it, but then again, that's what he was doing it for. So one of my principles is to give people something for once they've given me something. I mean, I'm not selling this photograph, so it's not as though I'm making money off him, but I always give him something. Thanks a lot. Thanks for visiting. See you again soon. Bye-bye.
Depuis que je suis à Paris, le jour et la nuit, je suis gris. J'ai compris la douceur de vivre. Je suis fou de joie, je suis ivre. Depuis que je suis à Paris.